It's going down in the DM. Dan Orlovsky, Marcus Spears. I just made that up on the fly. You like it? No, it sounded like it.
It's super good.
I like what you said, Marcus Spears. So I hate that I have to continue all week to talk about the Cowboys with you. But based on what you saw in that loss with the Saints and Teddy Bridgewater and how few points they put up, how much are you still buying them as a contender for the Super Bowl?
I still buy them. And look, this is an adjustment. Last week we had the conversation about Cleveland, what type of adjustments they'll make. Kellen Moore was on the mountaintop. Everybody was talking about him as an offensive coordinator. And the Cowboys, look, they average 1.9 yards a carry. We know where the bread is buttered with this football team. That's Zeke Elliott. Like, I think people forgot because Dak was doing so well and Amari and this offensive line. My biggest concern for the Cowboys going forward is how fast does Tyron Smith get back? He suffered an ankle injury. That's a huge loss when you start to think about how they like to play in protecting Dak. There was some trouble there, but I'm not overly concerned. They only gave up 12 points.
Yeah, I'm with Marcus. Like, this is still a really good football team, right? And first of all, don't fumble twice on back-to-back drives, and don't be terrible on third down. But, you know, that's the question tied to this team is what does the quarterback do in big-time moments? What does he do on third downs? If you go back to the playoffs last year against the Rams, he was really bad on third downs in a big-time game. And Sunday night was a big-time game, and he was, again, unsuccessful on third down. And so that's going to be, like, they're going to have a good year. It's too talented of a football team that they're going to, now the middle of their season is thick. Like, they go Lions, New England, Buffalo, Chicago in a 4-week stretch of really good defenses. But the whole conversation is going to be, as we get into October, November, December, what is Dak Prescott doing on third down in big football games? That will determine if they truly are, you know, deep playoff Super Bowl contenders or not.
Some of his highlight moments have been him using his athletic ability. I would very much tell Dak, don't get away from sometimes improv. Last year, when you look at a lot of what Dak did on third down, it was with his legs or the play breaking down and him just making a play. I think that's what makes him one of those top guys in the league. He doesn't need to get away from that.
All right, what are the more unique stories coming out of the weekend? Vikings lose to Chicago 16-6. Adam Thielen calls out Kirk Cousins.
Bro.
Cousins then gets on his radio show and apologizes to him for missing some of the throws. You were an NFL quarterback. Would you handle it this way?
No, I find it's a little weak sauce.
Right?
Like, first of all,
what's wrong with it?
Because let's talk about, you know, the aspect of during a football game, if you're playing receiver, you have no idea what I'm dealing with of running the huddle, communicating, the pressure, getting hit, what I'm seeing. You're running your route. And I love Thielen, but he has no idea what Cousins is kind of experiencing play after play after play. Now, Kirk Cousins is not playing well, but listen, I could go to Thielen and go, hey, man, I got to hit you more, or that's on me, or I got to get better. But to go publicly and to apologize, like,
I love that you answered that question that way.
What's the alternative?
The alternative is like,
I love
are you winning
Call
on
him
every
out.
single route?
Thank you.
I love it. We always want guys to take accountability. That's what he's doing. That's all he's doing.
What's the alternative?
And I know, because quarterback, they are
sensitive.
Well, and some other words that we can't say on TV, but it's what makes them good. I will say that. I have no problem with this, and usually I would.
Saying sorry for missing you?
Yes.
I missed you a couple of times.
I can go say it to him in person.
But it's not like that. It's like, my bad, bro. I understand what you're saying.
What's the alternative?
Well, it's different than him.
If he comes out there and says something else, then you guys are on Get Up and you're on all your NFL shows.
I got to play better.
Steak, and you're talking about, oh, now we've got a quarterback and receiver thing. He said, I'm sorry, and completely killed it.
My bad, yo.
Or you can say something like, you know what, he's right. I got to play better. We all have to play better.
But Thielen threw him under the bus and called out his quarterback, telling me that he's lost that locker room as a leader. If it's okay for someone to call you out, and then you turn around and say, my bad.
And you know this too, like once your best players start saying things publicly about other guys on their team, then another guy starts to think it, and then another guy in the locker room starts to think it. If he has another bad game, it's going to create a little fire again.
And he's going to apologize to everyone.
Since you bring Thielen up, I'm 100% with you. I am so opposed to dudes talking to the media about things that's going on. And he knew in between those lines,
that's right,
everybody would say it was Kirk Cousins. Right. He knew that. So I'm not sure if that was his intent, but I don't give a damn about his intent. He called his players out in the media. Kirk is a little, I agree. It does come off as a little soft because he got called out. But at the same time, I think that's Kirk just saying, my bad.
Just
move on, right?
And we'll be honest.
And on top of the fact he's playing terrible.
Quarterbacks in the league, do we ever think that would happen with them?
No.
Do we ever think that Rodgers or Brady or Breeze?
If you think Tom Brady is apologizing for overthrowing someone, you're crazy.
Call them out?
Or would they
apologize?